Move ya.
If you're anything like me, you love iceberg videos. Today, that's what I'll be doing for the first and probably only time. We're going to look at the most popular YB on YouTube, HYB, and see what really lies beneath the surface. For those who don't know, HYB is a very popular YouTuber Beatbox Battles web series where two YouTubers go head to head in a beatbox battle and the audience decides who advances. Right now, HYB is now in progress for round 2s for both the main bracket and the loser round bracket. For today's grading scale, we're going to use the good old cameraman of it all, Mr. Bear, from 1 to 5. Lowest scale of 1 Mr. Bear means that the information is not really known by most people. Highest scale of 5 Mr. Bears means that the information is really well known to the audience. And 0 Mr. Bears means that I couldn't really find anything on the list. But anyway, enough talk. Let's get to level 1. HYB Discord server. There's a server on Discord titled the HYB private server that was made by Hydro Animates, the creator and host of HYB. This server is only accessible to HYB competitors and HYB rejects competitors. CSA Drip. CSA Drip was a character to replace an actual competitor in the show CSA. It was one of the first memes created in HYB, and he is voiced by Batnyon10 using the drunk tune effect on Volico, a popular auto-tune voice enhancement app. HYB Solo Tier List. If you go to tiermaker.com and type in HYB, you'll get dozens of tier lists. HYB Loser Round. After episode 6, Red Moxie vs Javon, was released, there was some speculation that Hydro was going to create a separate losers bracket from every loser from the first round. This is now known as the HYB Loser Round, where losers from the first round, such as Super Hatman 15, Mr. Fish 124, Mihal, and many more, go head to head in beatbox battles. The winner of the loser round is guaranteed a place back in the original bracket. HYB Rejects. HYB Rejects is a separate branch of HYB where 8 lesser known YouTubers go head to head in beatbox battles. This idea was created by Hydro because many people were asking him if they can join HYB, but all the spots were already full. He then selected 8 random people to compete in this one-off series taking place in the dumpster in the background of the regular HYB city setting. Reverse Message HYB 11. In episode 11, JT vs CCP, Hydro performs a cult ritual to revive JT. Throughout this though, he chants something backwards. What Hydro really says is, JT, JT, can't you see? I'm reviving you and talk to me. So come back and join HYB, and I need you to talk to me. Here is the audio.
JT, can't you see? I'm reviving you to talk to me. So come back, join HYB, and I need you to talk to me.
Remasters. Remasters are the original performances from the series, but a little bit more enhanced, whether it's beatboxing or vocals. The first remastered HYB Solo premiered on May 2nd, 2021, and it was actually me. I got the idea of remaking my round 1 for my birthday after hearing about a certain HYB episode being remastered, which I will get to later. Since then, almost every single round 1 has been remastered, with many more to come. The wiki is out of date. This is just a funny fact stating that the official HYB wiki page has not been updated for quite some time. Halloween costumes. This is a reference to every HYB competitor having a different costume in the Halloween special, Gary vs Quarterwise. HYB starting on Halloween. This is just a neat fact stating that the first HYB episode, Donkey Cheese vs Batnyon10, was first released on Halloween of 2020. And, just a fun fact, Gary vs Quarterwise was a special gift for Hydro and ultimately served as a 1-year anniversary episode of the show. Luigi A Spinning. This is a reference to Luigi spinning around and blowing up in the HYB Loser Round intro. The city background came from Inanimate Insanity. This is actually true. Created by Animation Epic, Inanimate Insanity is an ongoing object show. The show is known for having different locations and settings, but one that stuck out was the HYB background, in which the main HYB show takes place. Why this background? I don't know. Probably Hydro used this as a reference because at the time he was in the OSC, so yeah, I can't really tell you the real reason why. Starbucks/McDonald's is where the winners will be. This is true. Every competitor you see in the Starbucks setting or the McDonald's setting has won from the first round. This was later fully confirmed after episode 18, in which the HYB Round 2 intro showed every winner from the first round still on Earth inside these locations, except for H2 because he's stuck as the manager at McDonald's forever. Polartron has the worst beatboxes in the series. Now, this is just a joke, but it can also be a majority of people's opinions as well. Some people do genuinely enjoy his beatboxes, but most people don't as well. Songs Thief Remix. This is basically saying that basically every HYB performance has been based off of a real song. Most of the time it's an instrumental, but then there are some rare instances where some performances have original beats, such as KMM1 and CCP1. Most notably, the most famous original beats come from both Foxy performances. Foxy made the beat herself using BandLabs for her first and second performances. Although her first performance was based on Kiss Kiss by T-Pain featuring Chris Brown, and her second performance was based on Bully by Eminem, the beats were still authentically made by her. Memes. This just says that there's been a lot of memes made from HYB, and some get used in some episodes. I don't know what this is trying to imply. Bad Neon 10 vs Donkey Cheese Remastered. This is the first and only remastered HYB episode as of today. Hydro wanted to remaster this episode in particular because he wanted to see more modern to today's episodes, adding more modern jokes and animation to the mix, completely flipping the script from the original first episode. This is also one of the only HYB episodes uploaded to Newgrounds alongside the Halloween special and Mr. Fish 124 vs Penguin Pone. Didn't ask, don't care. This is a line famously spoken by Super Hatman 15 in the Lose Around episode of him versus Javon. This joke was written by Hap alongside some other things said throughout this episode, and this part in particular was animated by Gary, another animator and competitor in HYB. Why did Hap say it in that voice though? I don't know, but it's still funny as shit. He used to do that voice a lot back then, and I don't know where exactly he got it from, but yeah, he did it one day and it was still pretty damn funny. Starting with a statement. This famous line was spoken by Badger in episode 10 against Gary. He said this at the start of his beatbox, implying that what he was going to say next was going to be a diss towards Gary. Recommended characters, HYB 17. In the background of HYB 17, Jaybird vs Fish, some of these characters who aren't in HYB have been asked to be put in the series by so many fans, and Hydro eventually did this as small little cameos throughout the episode. This includes Aiden, Project Chaos Control, and many others. Monk Eye Reveal, H2 vs Badger. In a couple of frames throughout the intro of the Lose Around episode, you can see Monk take off his glasses and wink at the camera. Monk has never shown his eyes until this moment, so if you are amazed by it, cool, I guess. The Fanboy. The Fanboy is an ongoing joke character throughout the series, and he is voiced by Gary. He serves as sort of like one of the main antagonists of the show, having some unpopular opinions, hating some of the decisions Hydro's making, keeping leaked future HYB info, and overall just being a nuisance to most of the competitors. Now that he's out of the way, let's go on to level 2. Donkey Cheese got robbed by Hydro, HYB2. In this episode, Cheese thinks he actually beat Bad, but turns out Hydro lied to him, telling Cheese that he did win, but ultimately kicking him to the sun. You look like a mop. This line was famously said by Polartron in his beatbox against Popcorn TV in episode 4. This line would go on to be a meme throughout the series and was used again in CSA's first Lose Around performance against Polartron. What it actually means though, I don't really know. I mean, I don't think Popcorn TV looks like that, right? HYB is connected to MBO. I can't really confirm or deny this since these are two separate YBBs. The only thing that might connect to it is that in an alternate timeline where MBO takes place, Hydro steals Omega from MBO and transports him into HYB against his will. HYB predictions. This is just a fun game played by most fans, making videos and discussing who they think will win the whole competition. They also predict which matchups they think will occur in round 2s, round 3s, and round 4s, and so on. I'm the winner in a lot of them, and I don't really know why, but yeah, let's just keep on going. Hydro's Beatbox Battles is not connected to HYB. This is true. HBB is a separate fan-made cartoon beatbox battle series created by Hydro and does not contain any actual YouTuber competitors. Quarterwise Beatbox Solo 1. I guess this is talking about how the original upload of the solo got taken down and it was replaced just a couple of weeks ago with the new solo art, and yeah, I don't really know. Ollie foreshadowing, before episode 12. There was some speculation that Ollie Mohamdani was going to be in the show at first, but quit due to personal reasons. This is why Nab faces KMM in episode 7. Ollie then came back and rejoined to face Quarterwise, who he ultimately lost to. Legacy Solo 1 is the only solo to not have beatboxing. This is true. Legacy was only told that all he needed to do was to make a song dissing Ray Zord. It wasn't until the episode came out where Legacy realized it was actually a beatbox battle and would have done it if he knew that beforehand, but Hydro figured he did, so really it's nobody's fault in this situation. Battle vs. Cutwatt. This was actually a joke referenced in episode 17 by the fanboy, which turns out to be true. Battle vs. Cutwatt is an official round 2 matchup, so you guys have to wait and see when that'll come out. Voting landslides. This is saying that for some episodes, there's a clear winner throughout the poll, and sometimes one person will be landslided. The most popular landslide of the series is actually from episode 10, where Gary won 89% of the poll. This joke is referenced many times throughout the show and was recently joked in one of the latest Lose Around episodes with Badger in it. Hetman Beatbox Solo 1. I don't really know what it's trying to say here. I think it's referencing a certain time period where Hap's first solo was actually taken down because Hap didn't really like it and just wanted Hydro to delete it. It's now up today, but Hap still doesn't like that performance for personal reasons. Moxie on the Moon. Rev vs. Moxie was the first unofficial round 2. It was only released because many people at the time weren't doing their beatboxes, so me and Moxie wanted to give the fans a matchup they would want to see. Moxie was sent to the Moon after I won in voting. The Moon was originally going to be the place for a second loser round for round 2 losers, but the idea was scrapped by Hydro and Moxie has been stuck there ever since. Mysterious Boxhead Guy, HYB 13. This guy basically serves as a manager for Hydro, giving outside information about what fans want to see and telling Hydro to make HYB more original. Where he comes from though, some people may never know. Contestants improvement after HYB. I guess this was saying that most HYB competitors who did more YBBs in the future became better at beatboxing. I mean, people improve and change over time, and I guess HYB is a factor to this. I don't know. Mr. Bear in round 1 intro, HYB 16 and 17. Around this time, Mr. Bear was getting a lot of praise and popularity throughout fans, and many people were wondering if he was ever going to be in HYB. Well, it turns out that Mr. Bear was in HYB all along, serving as the cameraman as stated from the bonus episode with him versus Mr. Fish. It was only fair to put Mr. Bear in the intro going forward. Ducky Momo. He's your very best friend. Val and Mason playing tennis on the roof. This was actually a scrap scene that was supposed to be in the episode 1 remastered. Not much else is known about it. H2_zone design changes. H2 got a redesign by Hydro because of his OC basically being a Sonic mashed up with Sans OC, I guess. And after episode 9, it was later revealed that he didn't get Sets in the Sun and became the manager at McDonald's. Burger Brawl. This has been an ongoing joke throughout the series, with a bunch of people just bringing up Burger Brawl to Gary, which is an object show created by him. It's basically used as a diss against him in almost every single YBB performance against him, since not that many people personally know Gary enough to diss him. Anyway, Burger Brawl's a really good show, so go check it out and sub to Gary while you're at it. But before you do that, let's get on to level 3. Contestants' other YBB appearances. HYB isn't the only YBB, bro. Of course, most of the contestants are going to be in YBBs. Some other popular YBBs include MBO, BFY, BYB, you know, just to name a few. Quarterwise gives off uneasy vibes. I mean, Quarterwise is supposed to be a menacing clown, but none of the contestants really find him appealing or scary unless he actually tries to scare them. 100 round 1's confusion. For those who don't know, Hydro created a community poll a while ago stating that HYB is now going to have 100 round 1's. This was obviously a joke, and it became Hydro's most popular post he ever put on his channel, with hundreds of comments asking to be in HYB. Moxie's wife, HYB 15 theory. This is a theory roaming around that Moxie has a wife. This is because he has 2 kids, Kai and Monk. There has been a lot of speculation as who it can actually be, but most notably, people might think that it's Omega since he was closer to Moxie and Kai during Bad's round 2 performance. However, this is just a theory. A film theory! Okay, let's move on. Scrap beatboxes. Scrap beatboxes happen all the time. This is because one person might quit or be kicked out, so the other person who did the beatbox can't show it off in the episode. HYB is infamous for having scrap beatboxes. Some in particular actually is what I'll be talking about in a bit. Hidden HYB lore. Yes, there is lore in HYB. It was introduced a little bit in the beginning of the show, and dozens of times there have been many Easter eggs and outside voices that Hydro hears throughout all of these episodes. One of the main lores that is actually confirmed by Hydro is that when Foxy finishes her round 2 performance, Hydro says, "Does anyone want to question why it's nighttime now?" This is because of Foxy's powers to make it night, and for the rest of the round 2s, every episode will be at night. Different YBB connections. Other YBBs exist, like I said before. Whether or not they are canon with HYB is up to them and Hydro, but as of right now, there is no other connection to any other YBB. Penguin Pone vs. Jahil Lau and YT. This was originally going to be the final round 1 of the show, but unfortunately, it was an episode that nobody wanted to work on. Maybe it was the writing, maybe it was the beatboxes, I don't know. Basically, the premise was that Penguin rejoined HYB and was finally going to be released out of the Dream Realm. His opponent was Jahil, and of course, there was going to be some silly banter in between, but like I said, hardly anybody wanted to work on the episode. All we had were some few scenes done by some of the animators and both competitors' beatboxes that were in the description of the HYB scrapped episode that Hydra provided. Everything about the episode was scrapped, and BA vs. Mihal was the replacement episode.
Alright, now today's episode is going to be between 2 people. In this corner, we have someone who's pretty good with autotune, has many crazy stories. He is Jahil!
That's me. Now where's my opponent, Hydro? I want to fight them right now.
It's hard to get out.
Come on, I know you can do it!
I can.
You made it! How is the real world?
It looks great.
Oh hey, you're back. And Penguin's here too. Oh, this is awesome. Let's battle right...
Pingu, that was really cool!
Oh, hold on. What were you saying? I just got a phone call from someone named I don't give a flying fuck!
Well, you guys are gonna have to vote. Who you guys think won the battle? I'm Hydro, and I'm gonna actually enjoy being happy. Come on, Pingu.
The sunset. It's amazing.
You coming?
Oh yeah, just zoned out a bit.
Boy Pen Beatbox Solo. BBP is a future contestant in HYB Season 2, but because of certain matchups changing at the time, Hydro stated that he will be in Season 1 against Lord of All Stonks. When their episode was premiering, it turns out that it was all a lie, and that Ollie vs. Quarterwise was and is Episode 12. BBP still made a solo against Lord of All Stonks and uploaded it to his channel, but he later revealed that it was just a scrap beatbox and he plans on remaking it sometime in the future. Donald is secretly an HYB contestant. Donald is Hap's adopted brother and best friend in the series Hapman and Donald. Donald would appear right side Hap in his performances, so that's why he's in the show. Donald only serves as a role as a comedic character, not an actual contestant. If you actually want Donald to actually beatbox and to be a contestant, check out Fictional Beatbox Fightouts, it's amazing. Bao trolling Hydro stream. Bao, or Belle as I'm writing this video, is a contestant and animator for HYB. During one of Hydro's live streams, she pretended to be different people getting PFPs from different contestants, including me, and entering the stream confusing and trolling Hydro. She made a whole video about it on her channel, so go check it out if you haven't. Quarterwise dies YTP. A YTP is a YouTube poop, a crazy edited video making fun of a certain show or movie. It's been around quite some time now, and one was actually made of HYB titled Quarterwise Dies. The original video was either taken down or was never released, but I couldn't really find that much stuff regarding the YTP. Unknown beat names in some beatboxes. Like I said before, some beatboxes are original beats, some can be found on YouTube, but there have been small instances where some are not on YouTube, but instead on Volico. Belle sitting on the toilet image. In the Halloween special, there is an image where Belle is sitting on the toilet naked with XS1 and Badger next to her, but you know, it's whatever. Still, let's move on to level 4. Two H2 zones exist in the same universe. I don't know what this is trying to imply, but the only thing that comes to mind is that a cardboard of H2 was made to replace the real H2 from actually going to the sun. If y'all know the real reason, let me know in the comments. Wiki loser round list. The HYB wiki hasn't been updated for a long time, which means that the loser round hasn't been updated as well. HYB leaks. HYB is known to have tons of leaks, most notably being Belle vs. Cutwatt and Foxy's original version of Bully. You can find them if you just type in HYB leaks on YouTube, but yeah, HYB is gonna have many leaks. Some of them are true, but most of the time they're just fake or they're just for a joke. Mysterious piece of paper, HYB loser round episode 2. At the end of Super Hammond 15 vs. Javon, there is a mysterious piece of paper on the ground with some of the loser round competitors' names on there. This was to show people that certain matches will happen in the future, but the one name that sticks out the most is the fourth name. It's literally just scribbles, but the first letter resembles somewhat of an A, which is weird because nobody in the show has an A in the first letter of their name besides Ollie, who is actually in the loser round. Maybe this is a stretch, but some people might speculate that Ollie is going to be the next loser round episode, but who knows. Golden Blader 123 appearance, HYB episode 15. In the intro for this episode, for a quick couple of frames, you can see a picture of Golden Blader 123 with the words missing above him. I don't really know what this is supposed to symbolize, but maybe he'll be in HYB in the future, but who knows. It's just a fun little Easter egg. Quarterwise audition. Before Quarterwise was a contestant in HYB, there was a video posted by Quarterwise auditioning for it. Foxy is scared of facing bad. This is somewhat true. Foxy had been working on Bully for months, and throughout this time she had lacked a little bit of confidence and was afraid that people weren't going to take her seriously and just vote for bad regardless of what she did. This was prevalent whenever the episode released, but it's HYB fans, what are you gonna do? I wouldn't say she was particularly scared of bad himself, instead she was just scared of having a bad performance. Mario T the Plumber vs Flick SMH. In the beginning of Penguin vs CSA Drip, Hydro joked about a HYB Season 5 matchup between Mario T and Flick SMH. This was clearly just a joke, and Mario T will later soon be confirmed to be an HYB rejects against Clock. Flick SMH, on the other hand, fuck no baby! Alright, Hydro is still in the dream world. This theory states that everything that is going on in the real world is all in Hydro's head while he is unconscious in the dream world where the bonuses usually take place. This theory seems so freaking dark, but it's safe to say that this theory is not true. Or maybe it is, who knows. H2_Zone vs CSA. This was supposed to be a planned matchup in the loser round since they are both Hedgehog OCs, but unfortunately CSA quit long before this happened, and H2 just didn't want to be in HYB anymore after episode 9 premiered. Now that that's out of the way, let's get on to level 5. Popcorn TV's Unknown Beatbox, Quarterwise vs Gary. In the Halloween episode, Popcorn TV confronts Exus1 in the bathroom and starts by going, "I used to be famous." Yeah, this is now an ongoing meme in HYB. It was later suggested that this was Popcorn TV's actual round 2 beatbox, but still nobody knows what to make of it of this day. Quarterwise will only be in HYB. This is sorta true, I guess. Quarterwise is the only fictional character that's an actual competitor in the series. KMM Beatbox Solo 2 YBB and Cutwa Beatbox Solo 2 YBB Season 2. This one I'm not even going to attempt to find since YouTuber Beatbox Battles is a whole nother YBB that has somewhat to do with HYB, but still it's not HYB, and this is what the iceberg is all about, so yeah, fuck it. Hydro is killing off the losers in the loser round. This is true. Hydro is telling the losers that he is sending the losers to some place, but he doesn't know where, when in reality they are just eliminated from this realm. HYB Season 5. This is an ongoing joke saying that HYB will go on for 5 seasons. It's hardly been joked about, but the only reference to it is Penguin Poem vs CSA Drip, and apparently this season is also when Verbal Ace will join HYB. Hey, HYB Onka Zone video. Back whenever this was a meme, Hydro took the liberty of making his own version of that trend. Nobody has ever seen this video besides the people in the private server, so here you go. And to be safe, I will actually blur some of the stuff shown on screen. Let's get on to the final level, level 6. Mr. Bear controls HYB. This is just a theory stating that Mr. Bear is in control of HYB. This is somewhat true since he acts as the cameraman and sometimes tells Hydro about certain things going on that he doesn't know about, so this theory is mostly false. Mr. Bear Apparation. I think this is talking about the redesign he got in his performance against Mr. Fish. I don't know, or maybe it has something to do with that weird background when Mr. Bear and Gary were singing together. I don't know what this is trying to say. HYB theories could be true. Perhaps. But who knows. CSA Drip is the true god. Another theory I don't want to fucking answer. Every HYB is haunted. This is probably one of the more intriguing theories since certain voices will appear out of nowhere and scare Hydro. Who or what these voices really are is beyond our comprehension. Hydro's original YBB. I was actually so curious what this meant. I even asked Hydro and he didn't even know what this meant, so sorry. A bit anticlimactic for the ending, but I've talked way too long already. Actually, as of making this video, Hydro sent me this, an official Stitchy Thanos Michael design made by him. So yeah, I guess nobody's really seen it before, since STM only appeared once, and I think that was in Cutwa vs Luigi, so here you go, an official STM reveal. And that's the HYB Iceberg, everyone. This took days for me to script and edit all together. I literally had to edit everything on my phone and combine it into one long ass video on my computer. So if you guys could like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. A majority of you guys who are watching this aren't subscribed, so if you would subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. It's free and it helps me out a lot. I really do miss scripting and doing these type of analysis videos, so if you guys want me to do more icebergs or analysis videos in general, time, rev out.
語れない眠れないとろい未来あなたの見てる将来